Today we will discuss life cycle of Puccinia. Puccinia is one of the very important member of fungi. It is an obligate parasite. It derives its nutrition from only living material. It is cosmopolitan in distribution, and about 1800 species of Puccinia are cosmopolitan, and approximately 242 species are reported from India. It causes one of the very important diseases known as rust disease, and it is called rust disease because it makes reddish brown pustules. Uridospores. Now, before going through the entire life cycle of Puccinia, I would like to tell you about the systematic position of this fungus. It belongs to Mycota, division Eumycota. The subdivision is Basidiomycotina. Basidiomycotina means that in this, the reproductive bodies are Basidium and Basidiospores. The class is Stereomycetes, order Uridanales. The family is Pucciniaceae, and it has got a number of species. One of the species that we will be discussing in this lecture will be Puccinia graminis, which causes black rust disease of wheat. Not only this species, but there are other species also which causes a number of diseases like Puccinia graminis triticale, which infects wheat, Puccinia graminis hordi, which infects barley, Puccinia striformis, which infects yellow rust of wheat, Puccinia recondita, which causes brown rust of wheat. The disease appears in the month of November on the southern hills, and it appears in the month of February or March in the plain areas. Now, coming to the thallus of this fungus, it is polymorphic, that is, it makes more than one type of spores, and in its life cycle, all 5 types of spores are present: Uridospores, Teletospores, Basidiospores, Pycniospores, and Aciospores. This fungus is heteroecious in nature, though autoecious species are also found. Heteroecious means that it requires 2 hosts to complete its life cycle. One is primary host, and in this case it is wheat plant, and secondary host, in the present case it is barberry plant found on the hills. The mycelium may be inter or intracellular. Inter means when the mycelium is present in between the cells, and intra means when the mycelium is passing through the cell, and for absorption it is making anchor-like structures to absorb material from the cell. The mycelium of Puccinia is of 2 types: primary mycelium or haplomycelium. It is monokaryotic in nature, that is, the cells have got 1 nucleus in them. Secondary mycelium or diplomycelium, it is dikaryotic in nature, that is, in a cell 2 nuclei are present, one plus in nature and another negative in nature. The reserve food material in this member is glycogen and oil drops. Now, discussing about the symptoms of Puccinia. The symptoms can be divided into 2 parts. First on the primary host, and second on the secondary host. Primary host in this case is wheat plant. The disease appears as reddish brown pustules on the leaves as well as on the stem of the wheat plant. Now pustules are nothing but mass of spores and hyphae, and this stage, when they are reddish brown in color, is known as uridinal stage, and this structure is called uridosorus, and it produces reddish brown spores known as uridospores. Now, as the plant attains maturity, instead of producing reddish brown spores, the plant starts producing black colored spores known as teletospores. This stage is now known as teleal stage. The teletospores give rise to third type of spores, that is basidiospores, and the stage is known as basidial stage. Now coming to the third type of stage, pycnidial stage, producing pycniospores in special flask-like structures known as pycnidium. These are yellow in color. These are yellow in color, and after these spores are formed on the upper surface of the leaf. After some time, on the lower surface are produced cup-like structures known as acidium, and stage is known as acid stage, and the spores produced in it, which are yellow in color, are known as aciospores. And thus we can see four different type of stages: uridinal stage, teleal stage, pycnidial stage, and acidial stage, which are easily visible. Friends, starting with the life cycle of Puccinia, we can study it in 5 parts. First, uridinal stage. Now, uridinal stage takes place on the wheat plant. The wheat plant can be infected by either uridospores or by aciospores. The uridospores from the wheat plant itself, and the aciospores comes from the barberry plant. Uridospores on germination produces germ tube, which enters by stomata and makes intercellular mycelium. This mycelium, after 5 to 7 days of infection, gathers below the epidermis. It exerts a pressure and ruptures the epidermis, thereby exposing the uridospores. Now, taking a closer look of uridospore, the uridospore is reddish brown in color. It is single cell having a stalk. It is binucleate, one nucleus of plus strain and other of minus strain. These are 2-layered thick, outer thick, inner thin. There are germ pores by which these may germinate, and when they fall on the wheat plant, they again stage uridinal stage. Now this stage was found initial stages of plant development, but at the time of maturity of plant, making uridospores, teletospores are being produced on the wheat plant. The teletospores, we can say, are produced in the unfavorable conditions. These are spindle shaped, black in color, and each cell has got 2 nuclei. Friends, uridospores were single celled, teletospores are bicelled. These are reddish brown in color and these are black in color. They are round in shape and they are spindle shaped. They also have 2-layered wall, outer thick, inner thick, and they also have a germ pore by which they make protuberance. These teletospores now give rise to another stage of life cycle, that is basidial stage, but before that certain changes takes place inside the teletospores. The two nuclei plus and minus strain, they fuse together and makes a diploid zygote, a zygotic nuclei. This nuclei then divides by meiosis, thereby making 4 nuclei, 2 nuclei of plus strain and 2 nuclei of minus strain. Now, when this division is taking place, a finger-like structure is formed from the germ core, in which these 4 nuclei migrates, septation take place, and now from each of these cells a small protuberance is again formed, known as stegmata. Now there is a controversy between the naming of these various structures, but one of the very common concept is that this is known as epibasidium and this structure is known as hypobasidium. Now in this small protuberance known as stegmata, the apical point, it swells up and the nucleus migrates into this. A wall formation takes place, thereby making third type of spore known as basidiospore. This stage is found on soil. Now from this stage, these basidiospores, they moves to the secondary host, that is Berberis plant. Spores produced on the soil can infect only Berberis plant, and if it is not available, these spores, they soon perishes away. If they found Berberis plant, then they germinates and makes intercellular mycelium after entering the stomata. These basidiospores were of 2 types, plus and minus. Now this is a diagram of TS of Berberis plant, and this mycelium, after 7 to 10 days of infection, it makes a flask-like structure known as pycnidium below the upper epidermis, and this is known as primordium of pycnidium. This pycnidium has following structures: periphysis or stryhairs, receptive hyphae, and third is pycniophore or spermatiophore. This structure, it makes yellow colored pycniospores by abstraction method. In abstraction method, the hyphal tip, it swells, the nucleus divides by mitosis, it migrates into the swollen tip, and finally wall formation takes place between two, thereby making pycniospores. Now pycniospores are of 2 types. One produced from minus kind of basidiospore, that is minus pycniospores, and another from plus basidiospores plus pycniospores. Now this paraphysis, it plays an important role in the outward movement of these spores from this opening, which is known as ostium. The minus type of pycniospores moves to, or they are accepted by the plus type of receptive hyphae, and the plus type of pycniospores are accepted by the minus type of receptive hyphae. Now sexual reproduction takes place at this stage, and this is known as spermatization. In this, one type of pycniospore attaches on the different strain receptive hyphae. The joining wall dissolves, thus this nucleus migrates into the opposite strain cell, it divides by mitosis and moves from one cell to another, and in this way the whole mycelium, it becomes dikaryotic. That is, dikaryotic mycelium formation from a monokaryotic mycelium, and this process is known as dikaryotization. Now, after this dikaryotization, this dikaryotic mycelium, it moves to the lower surface of the leaf, where it makes cup-like structure known as acial cup. Acial cup makes dikaryotic mycelium known as aciophores, which makes aciospores. Now, each cell, it divides by mitosis, thereby making two unequal cells, one aciospore and another disjunctor. Now, these disjunctors, they help in the separation of these aciospores. Now, these aciospores, they are polygonal in shape, they are binucleate, and they have got the ability to infect wheat plant. Again, Puccinia is a very large group, and the life cycle is also very complex. It has many types of spores. So in the last of this lecture, I will just give you a very brief outline of all those things that we covered in the lecture about a very brief life cycle of Puccinia. It takes place on two hosts, primary host wheat and secondary host berberis. On wheat, two types of spores were produced: iridospores, which were reddish brown in color, and pterodospores, which were produced in the later stages of plant life. These were black in color. These pterodospores, then after fusion and meiosis, after fusion, yani fertilization and meiosis, gave rise to two types of residue spores, plus and minus. These residue spores were found on soil, and if they do not find secondary host, then they soon die off. The four types of spore that were found were pycnospores, two types, plus and minus. They again undergo spermatization and dikaryotization, thereby forming fifth type of spore, that is aciospores. Aciospores have capability to infect wheat plant again. In this way, the Puccinia, it completes its life cycle. Hope you will gain information from this video. The matter of this is available on the college website. Thank you.